Hello, everyone. What a great conference. I'm happy to share some ideas about the communication about AI today. When was the last time that you witnessed a clear and effective conversation about AI from a specialist, AI specialist, to a decision maker in a company or a politician? Do you remember any? So my argument today is there's a huge gap between the perspective of an AI developer and the application side. So let's face it, talking about AI is hard. To understand my background, please allow me some words about me and my company. I'm the founder and managing director of Avantgarde Labs. We provide services in scalable data management, predictive analytics, real-time systems, machine learning, and we have been developing AI systems for 12 years now. In 2007, we started, and interestingly, our first project was about the application of AI in the savings banks, in the marketing department. And I can tell you, in 2007, it was extremely hard to convince decision makers to apply AI. Sadly, the situation hasn't really changed much today. So there's this huge gap in communication. Please, let's do a little experiment. I want to just see your hands. I will not, don't be scared, I will not track you on this stage. Please raise your hands if you could explain what a support vector machine is and what it does. So please raise your hands. Okay, I see some of you, maybe about 3%, so not so many. Who could explain the basic idea between a credit risk classification? So what is a credit risk classification? Okay, some more. Okay, what we see here, this is the usual thing that I see when I ask these questions. Many of you can talk about applications of AI, but very few of you can talk about algorithms. And this brings me directly to the periodic table of artificial intelligence. What we see here is the metaphor of the elements in chemistry that you all know from your chemistry lessons, applied to the field of AI. We have 28 elements that describe functionalities of AI, but not on the algorithmic level, but on the functionality level. So you don't have to be an expert in AI to talk about functionalities of AI. Let's take, for example, one element. Let's take face recognition. Almost every one of us has a basic understanding what face recognition does. Namely, it takes pictures and it decides whether or not there's a human face in there or, Another example would be predictive inference. This is used for inferring and prognosis of time series, for instance, which can be used in connected manufacturing, for instance. Or we have text generation, which stands for itself. What you see here is a set of elements which can be used in practical situations. For instance, if you want to understand how you can use AI in your company, in your industry, and you can ask very specific questions with the help of these elements. And these elements are grouped into some categories and can be built together to form more complex AIs. This is a product and not only a table, it's a publication which was produced in the special interest group for artificial intelligence in Bitkom. We have had more than 40 authors, so it's a joint work of many experts. And in our special interest group, we have more than 1,300 members from more than 100 companies. So I'm quite happy about having the opportunity to work there with some very fine colleagues. So maybe the most important question for you now is, what can you do with the periodic table of AI? First, you can improve your understanding about subfields of AI. Maybe you have wondered in the past what AI really is and what it isn't. There are or many scientific definitions for AI. For instance, AI is the automation of high-level cognitive tasks. But is this really useful? I would say no. And these 28 elements are quite handy for practical purposes. So maybe the most important thing and benefit by using the periodic system is that you can discover use cases in your business functions, in your business processes, and in general in your industry. And you can frame very specific questions. For instance, you can ask the question, how can I use text extraction to review insurance contracts? Or how can I use relationship learning for the integration of e-commerce catalogs? These are quite specific questions that can help you to find use cases of AI in a very structured way. And what's next? You're invited to download the ebook at this URL. We have launched a website yesterday where you also have an interactive version of the periodic table. Of course, it's free. It's about 100 pages. And feel free to distribute it in your organization. Second, please come to our workshop today at 2:40. To be honest, we only have 40 seats and already 36 registrants, so it might be a bit crowded. This workshop will be about about finding and discussing applications of AI with the help of the periodic table. So you really see it in action, and will be moderated by me and a colleague from PwC, Felix Baumann. And if you shouldn't get a seat today, or you want to get in touch and want to know more about how to apply it in your organization, please write me directly, and I'm happy to answer your questions. I will be around at the Speaker's Corner, and I wish you still some inspiring and interesting talks here at the conference. Thank you.